The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Coming up, we'll look back at another road week for the Wisconsin Badgers, which included an historic game Tuesday night at Indiana. We'll also hear from the Badgers video coordinator, former player of note, Joe Krabbenhoft, and we'll also sit down with one of the freshmen. This week, we'll visit with Zak Showalter. And of course, our weekly conversation with head coach Bo Ryan. It's all coming up on the Badgers Sports Report.
Sends it ahead to Sam Decker, left side of the forecourt. A lob inside. Bergeron will send it down. Nice feed. Decker, Bergeron with the flush. Jackson is behind the back on the dribble. Knocked away. Stolen Eric May. Jackson gets it back. Feeds Decker. Three-ball right pocket. Got it again. Decker, another three-point hit. Inside feed for Bergeron right of the paint. Out to Marshall. Three-ball straight on. Badgers are within 10. Marshall a three-point hit. Takes it up top. Now on the drive. Left of the lane. Goes to the rim. Layup good. It counts and a foul. Scoots to the front court. Marshall out front. Three in the air. Straight on. It is in and out and back in. And the Badgers will use their final timeout. Shot clock is at 4. Here's Bergeron to the line. Down the lane to the rim. And a powerful right-hand flush. And one. Jared Bergeron on the attack with the dunk. And the foul of the process. Still on the dribble. Off the left wing. Kicks it back to Kaminsky. He'll try a three left side. Badgers regain the lead. Kaminsky a triple. 19-18 Wisconsin. 10:30 left of the half. High on the right. Feeds Brust. Top of the wheel. Brust on the drive. To the rim. Slam dunk. Ben Brust. 7 to shoot. Trave to the right side into a double team with 5 to shoot. Out to Bruzewicz. Deep three. Right of the circle. He hit it. Mike Bruzewicz from deep. 47-39 Wisconsin. Decker against Sheehy. Samuel on the left sideline. Drives the baseline to the rim. Layup good. Decker on the drop. 49-41 Wisconsin. 11:30 remain. 56-53 Wisconsin. 10 to shoot. Jackson pull-up jumper left elbow. Nailed it. Trayvon Jackson with a jumper. 58-53 Wisconsin. 2:18 to play. Farrell for three. Left side. It's off the rim short. Rebound Evans. And the Badgers are victorious in Bloomington.
It was an historic night on Tuesday as the Badgers visited Indiana down in Bloomington. Wisconsin coming out of there a 64-59 winner. It's historic because it's the first time in Wisconsin history that it's gone on the road. It knocked off the second-ranked team in the country. And, Bo, for your guys to do that, protecting the ball the way your guys did, and hang in there when the home team's making a run, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and they pulled out all the stops. They put a lot of pressure on. They tried some different things. But I think our guys just sticking to our basic rules was the difference. And, we didn't of course, whenever we play a team like that, I always tell them that everybody in red and white's cheering for them. So
that works.
Maybe I convinced them again. We got another one. But I didn't know where they were ranked after the game during the press conference. When I was told they were ranked second, I knew they were a highly ranked team, but I never get worried too much about the numbers. And I knew it had to be historic because having been an assistant when we played Ohio State back in 1980, and then last year when we went in and beat Ohio State on their home floor, I knew they were top 10. All I know is our guys worked hard. They listened to the scouting report. They did all the little things that we asked, and you're right, they did take care of the ball, because if we didn't take care of the ball, they were going to get more transition points, and the only transition points they got was a three-pointer before the end of the half. It certainly was a nice feeling for the people that made the trip. I know all the people that were watching the game and all the messages that I've received because of how many different ways you can receive messages nowadays. I'm waiting for, the only one that I haven't received yet, if somebody put a note in a bottle and put the thing into the creek or the river or the lake or whatever, that might be the only one that I haven't received yet, which was nice for Badger fans. They got something to cheer about, and for our players, they felt extremely proud of the effort that they gave.
I'm guessing that message in a bottle is on its way. You'll probably get that. You'll probably get that too.
Down the lane, right hand, slam dunk. Sam Decker, wide open three, left wing splash, jumper away, left side, got it to the rim, slam dunk. Rotates for Marshall, three-ball right pocket, got it. He's it for Bergeron, down the lane, two-hand throw down for Bergeron. Losing the three straight on, and straight in. Rise baseline to the rim on the reverse, it's good. That's still the roll.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. Just ESPN, AMC, Shark Week on Discovery HD, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever. Get Charter HD for only $29.99 a month when you bundle.
Ah, the workout is over. Time to recover, refuel, and re-energize. Recent studies suggest that one drink can help muscles recover faster than other leading sports drinks. Delicious, nutritious chocolate milk. With its powerful package of protein, potassium, calcium, and 6 other essential nutrients, shouldn't chocolate milk be your choice? Got chocolate milk?
The buzzer beaters, the high school tournaments, the conference titles, truly the court of champions. Parker Street Productions, LLC has acquired pieces of the basketball court used at the Kohl Center from 1998 until 2008, now making them available to you. 61 teams walked off this court with a trophy. Now you can take home your own trophy, a piece of history. Log on to courtofchampions.com today.
We are pioneers, pathfinders, trailblazers. Every day we explore the biological frontier in search of a cure for cancer, inventing treatments, establishing protocols, bettering humankind. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the University of Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, Wisconsin's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Another busy week on the road for the Wisconsin Badgers. The Tuesday night game down in Bloomington against Indiana, followed by the Saturday night bus ride, Friday night bus ride, Saturday night game, and bus ride back after the game with the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's been talked about before on this show, but national folks are starting to pick up on it. The Badgers' success, not just at the Kohl Center, but away from home. No one has been better away from home than the Badgers now in these last 11 and a half years, going on 12. And you get asked, I'm sure, from guys like me about what's the, quote, secret. It's all about the pillow? Is that how it works? Having the right pillow?
Yeah, I know you and I have talked about this before, but I'll mention it again. We did an early away trip when I was at Platteville, where we get on the bus, and we had a guy get on the bus with a pillow. And I said to him, you know, what's with the pillow? He said, Coach, if I had my own pillow, I sleep so much better on the road. And needless to say, we won both games. Not needless to say we won both games, but we won both games, so needless to say, anybody can bring their pillow now anytime they want. And we've got a lot of guys that bring their own pillow.
If it works, you use it,
trips.
right? It is. Now, the travel is well, yeah, the bus rides are bus rides, and then you guys have gone through the bus rides in the snowstorms, be it Iowa City, West Lafayette. Travel is better now, though, I think, overall than what it was back in the day with charter flights, but it's still travel. It's still getting back at 2 in the morning. Classes starting up now this week on campus adds to the challenge. So the routine, it's important as best you possibly can to keep the routine as close as possible on a road trip.
Keep the routine for the trip. But nowadays there is not a routine for basketball games because of the days we play, the times we play. And sometimes you have a quick turnaround and you get back from a place at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and who's that healthy for? Yeah. It's not healthy for anyone. So you just have to persevere, tough it up, and get ready. So, it's every team, I guess, eventually goes through some of this. But for us, Iowa City is not a charter. It's just short of, miles-wise, just short of what what the trip would be for a plane if we could do it. But every once in a while the football team has been able to fly into Iowa City, and there are different circumstances. But there's just times where I wish we could do that with a place like Iowa City or West Lafayette, and because over the years I think that's cost us.
Yeah, and it's the popularity of college basketball, and obviously it's a good thing. But you mentioned there really is no such thing as a routine, and that's very true, because you'll see a Big Ten basketball game 6 out of 7 days or nights a week. Friday nights generally clean. Now, this will be a Saturday, and then you turn around and play Tuesday, but you've had Saturday bus rides followed by a Monday game, or a Thursday bus ride followed by a Saturday game, and that's where it really gets tricky.
Probably the toughest one was getting back at 4 or 5 in the morning by the time the guys got in their beds after a Thursday night game through a snowstorm, a bus ride from Iowa City, and then we had to play Purdue at like noon on Saturday. So pretty much Friday's a day where the guys had to get up and go to class at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they did, because we check. I would say we were a little sluggish, but you got to find ways to fight through it, and you just wish it didn't happen that way. You would hope that maybe you could have a late game on Saturday if you had a late game Thursday. Yeah. But it just so happened it was against Purdue, and it was one of those ratings games, and we were like the top billing at noon, 1 o'clock Eastern. So price you pay.
Speaking of ratings games, I'm guessing a lot of people were watching Tuesday when the Badgers played in Bloomington.
Just the people that I heard from.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
Your guys have been so good over the years of staying pretty level. I mean, of course they're happy after a game like Tuesday night, beating the second-ranked team in the country in their house. But you've always stressed that, right? Don't let yourself get too up here. When the team is going through a tough stretch, don't get too down, stay as level. It's a long season, stay as level as you can.
It's just a life lesson, the way they're going to handle the next 60, 70 years. When their business, their profession, their kids will have a few great months in school and come home with some Fs on a couple tests. What are you going to do? You can't get too down. And when they're getting A's, you don't get too high. And when your job's going real well, you don't get lazy. And if things are tough, you don't give in very easily. You fight through adversity. And what a better way to learn about what to do for the majority of your life than by playing a sport, and especially a team sport.
I know you always talk about next. I want to jump ahead here because we got the annual Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers coming up on Saturday when the Badgers take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I know that is very, very important to you. And you hold true suits and sneakers, right?
Yeah, we still get on the guys that do the sweatsuits and do the sneakers. We try to keep it to a dress suit and sneakers, which is the way it was meant to be. But whatever happens, it's still about the awareness. It's about, and I got a chance this year to be a national spokesman for the Suits and Sneakers campaign. And, our Coaches versus Cancer now is the #1 in the country.
It has moved up. It has made that move. Okay.
Made that move past Gonzaga. Yep. Once Kelly delivered her check.
Make Kelly pay. Hashtag make Kelly pay.
But it's all for a good cause, and it's all something that people just need to be made aware of, and in any way we can, and that's one way.
Yep.
Wearing sneakers with our suits.
Absolutely. And as this season moves along, we'll talk about the Spring Gala coming up here again in May, the Coaches versus Cancer Shooting for a Cure. We'll get you details on all of that. But this Saturday when the Badgers have the home game against Minnesota, you'll see Coach Ryan, you'll see coaches across the country in the suits and sneakers. We'll resume with the coach a little bit later in the show with this week's Great Day and Great Question of the Week. And we'll also hear from someone, I'll go out on a limb and say he is the toughest video coordinator in college basketball. All that and more as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
You play here for 4 years, and then you go overseas and play. I mean, how did your basketball career play out? Did it play out like you hoped it might, or what was it like?
I think every kid playing, dreams of one day playing in the NBA here in the United States. That dream doesn't come true for everybody, but I got to play professionally. I got to play professional basketball, so that was pretty neat. And it wasn't in the United States, but I got to see the world. Got to learn a whole bunch about different cultures, different countries, and I'm a history major, so I really enjoyed seeing a lot of history, that came from Europe. I was in Greece for a year and Spain for another year, and it was just a whole lot of fun. I even spent some time in Korea, so it was a unique experience and something that I don't regret, and I wouldn't trade for anything.
You got to see different ways the game's played and stuff like that too in your different stops.
Basketball is basketball. It's the same. If you're in Madison, Wisconsin, or if you're in Seoul, South Korea, or Athens, Greece. But there's some different, things. One of them is, the fans there. They're nuts. I mean, not to take anything away from what we have here in the United States and the support we receive, but they take it to a whole nother level. It's life or death for them, and it's kind of funny, but it was a fun atmosphere to play in. I really enjoyed it, and made a lot of memories. But on the court, things are different too. The physicality of the European game is a little bit different than it is over here in the United States. On the ball, defenders can pretty much do whatever they want to, and can't really try to get the refs on your side because they have no idea what I'm saying. So I had to try to learn a few words in Greek and in Spanish to try to communicate and help the refs out a little bit.
The talk when you were here was, eventually maybe you get into coaching. Is what you're doing now kind of the first step on that journey?
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to stay with the game of basketball, to give back to the game that's been so good to me my whole life. Coaching is a way I thought would be good, to give back, and so far, it's been a great experience, being the video coordinator here, helping the team out in that aspect, breaking down film with the assistant coaches and getting everything together to prepare for teams, and then after to teach the team, what we can improve on. Just being around Coach Ryan and his staff while I was playing here was a huge, learning experience for me, but it's gone to another level, being every day up in the office. I'm learning a lot and still got a long ways to go, and it's just a lot of fun. And hopefully one day this leads to something I can call a career, being on the floor, and that'd be a lot of fun.
These are the heavyweights, the visionaries, the A-listers. These are the people inventing the technologies and establishing the protocols for treatments that don't yet exist. This is who you turn to when no one else seems to have the answer. These are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
Your truck. It's your office. Your toolbox. Your lunchroom. It's how you get your work done. Keep your business moving with Wisconsin's #1 volume GMC dealer, Zimbrick GMC East and West.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
Caught by Bruss, mid-post right, kicks to Showalter for three, left of the circle. It's good. Showalter, that's his first three-point hit.
Your dad's a coach, you grew up with the game. Has it surprised you, though, what it takes to play at a Division I major program?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't see all the stuff that goes in behind the scenes, but that's day after day after day in the gym, getting shots up, in the weight room, just getting stronger and just being ready to be put on this big stage in front of all these fans. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that people don't realize that goes into being out here as a Badger.
You're a Wisconsin kid. What's your favorite thing about being a Badger?
Just all the fans knowing who you are. I mean, playing at the state tournament, people recognize us. So, I mean, that's nice having people cheering for you and having the support of a ton of fans that come to these games. So, I mean, and it's close to home, which is an awesome benefit when my parents can just come up to all these games, which is always a good thing to have.
Have you been surprised, maybe pleased with the way you have been able to, make a big basket, make a nice hustle play, that type of thing when you've gotten in there?
Yeah, I mean, I expect stuff out of me, things like that, but I mean, it's nice to have the opportunity to do stuff like that as a freshman because I wasn't really expecting to get that much playing time as a freshman walk on, and then just all this stuff has happened in my favor the last couple of years. So I mean, I'm just grateful to have this opportunity.
Your truck. It's your office. Your toolbox. Your lunchroom. It's how you get your work done. Keep your business moving with Wisconsin's #1 volume GMC dealer, Zimbrick GMC East and West.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. Just ESPN, AMC, Shark Week on Discovery HD, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever. Get Charter HD for only $29.99 a month when you bundle.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week comes from Mike in Milwaukee, who's familiar with Coach Ryan's background and his naming of the 5 post moves after some former NBA players of distinction. Mike wants to know, Coach, do you think any of your guys today have any idea who Sigma, Dominique, Moses, and those other guys are?
Well, first of all, Mike, the 5 moves are the Jack Sigma, which is a reverse pivot, the Moses Malone, which is a drop step, the Dominique Wilkins, which is an up and under, which is a very common post move, the Kevin McHale with the jump hook that so many players use now, and the Bernard King. It's a little shoulder shake and then turn back and use the glass. And I know we've had some freshmen that after we do the drills, they go right to their cell phone, to their iPhones or whatever, and they look up, they Google those players. And then the next day they go, oh yeah, coach, now I know who those guys were. But a lot of them, when we say them, like at basketball camp, because we do them all at basketball camp too, the kids all now, they can go get that information right away. So more people are familiar with them now because they can look up who the guys were, what they looked like the way they shot those post moves. And I think it's easy for our players when we talk about different techniques and we say, well, you could have Bernied here or you could have Dominique there, automatically they know what we're talking about.
So they learn to be better players and they get a history lesson in the process. That's pretty good.
So Mike, if you ever want a lesson on them, you can stop at practice someday.
There you go. Mike, thanks a lot for your question. The Great Dane has 4 locations in Madison on the east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. We'll have Coach Ryan's show at the Great Dane Hilldale this Monday night, the night before the Michigan State game, and most Monday nights during the basketball season. There's Great Dane up in Wausau as well. That'll do it for us this week. Join us next time as we recap the home games against Michigan State and Minnesota. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Bo Ryan, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters have always played a key role in the success of our basketball program. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support for our student athletes than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.